Hello, my name is Lisa Petrov, and this is my presentation for the assignment to 2D pattern folio. So the first part of idea generation was rubbings. Using an existing design found in the observable world was a jump-off point for my own pattern generation. Then I zoomed into a specific interesting detail on one of the rubbings, like a polka dot, a sphere, or a teardrop shape, or an interesting texture, a darker or lighter area, or a smooth or crisp edge, and I reinterpreted that in my own tracings. I found the millimetric patterns to be quite difficult, so I ended up looking around the room and trying to find objects that I could translate into a pattern. This is the pattern that I selected for interpretation. It caught my attention because it looked like a porous piece of skin or a seed pod, and it made me uncomfortable. In the developmental stage, I focused on that porous quality and also the fact that it looked like a piece of crumpled, crushed velvet fabric. So I really focused on the 3D form of the pattern and trying to translate that into a 2D medium of cutting out card. I found that by using this technique of honing into one detail and then extrapolating on that, the designs became more abstract from the original. But they ended up generating something new, which is a process that I can use in my future design practice. It's also an example of how the designs that I ended up creating are limited by the medium. I end up going with this slit pattern, which is directly inspired by one of the thumbnails in idea generation phase, because I think it's an interesting technique to use and also it's quite straightforward. But it was kind of difficult to recreate that 3D form feeling with just slits. It's more successful in the color version because the magenta is a lot brighter and it kind of pops out more and gives that 3D feeling more successfully. It was harder to choose colors that went together because you're limited to what kind of card they have in stock, but I think these two are harmonious and they work together. Upon reflection, the design principles that I focused on mostly were repetition and rhythm, and that might be because I focused on that in assignment 1, but it translated over. And I think this whole process of pattern making is definitely a skill that's going to help me in my general design practice.